morning to everyone. I am part of the engine health monitoring team at CSIR National Aerospace Laboratories. This presentation is on the condition monitoring work that we are undertaking on the twin spool straight flow turbojet engine with the Indian Air Force. Objective of the presentation is to present our work on the parameter degradation estimation on the turbojet engine. By component performance degradation, I mean the reduction in the pressure ratio and efficiency of the turbo machinery components present in this engine. This is the overview of the presentation. We go through a brief summary of the engine data collection activities we did at the test bed, analysis of the data that we have collected, and the results that we have obtained so far. Background of this work: R29B is a twin spool straight flow variable exit area turbojet engine of the MiG-27 aircraft. This engine recently underwent accelerated mission test at HAL Koraput, the overhaul agency. As a part of the engine health monitoring program sponsored by National Program for Micro and Smart Systems, we have instrumented the test bed at HAL Koraput, and we have instrumented the test bed, and we have installed the NIPXI system to continuously acquire the gas path and the performance parameters of the engine as the engine is being tested. Some parameters that were not suitable for digital data acquisition were noted down manually. Once the gas path parameters were acquired, the performance parameters of the engine were estimated from the gas path parameters. An in-house aerothermodynamic simulation code and simple non-linear gas path analysis algorithm were used in conjunction to estimate the performance of the engine and the degradation in its performance as the engine is being used for the test duration. This section is on the engine data collection activities that we have done. The engine undergoes 51 cycles of test during the entire long test duration. This is one such cycle, and each cycle has 5 hours. The engine typically follows a flight profile. Engine has various steady state ratings. Engine is run on various steady state ratings during the cycle. This is a typical variation of the thrust in one cycle. We are doing this work on the max rating. Above max rating, we also have full afterburner case and minimum afterburner case. And our model doesn't have afterburner incorporated into it, so we are doing this work on the max dry thrust rating. This chart shows the sensor locations on the turbojet engine. These are total pressure sensors. We have sensors in the inlet, after the high pressure compressor, and after the low pressure turbine. This shows the pressure sensors along the engine. These are static pressure sensors mounted on the casing. Primary purpose of these sensors is to be used for control system purposes. These pressures are tapped and applied to different diaphragms. These diaphragm deflections are monitored by the aerothermodynamic model and the engine's hydromechanical control system. The hydromechanical control system in turn modulates the exit area of the nozzle, thereby controlling the rating at which the engine is operating. These sensors were collected, and few sensors selected from the collected measurements were used as input to the NLGPA code. We have high pressure compressor exit, static pressure, total temperature, low pressure turbine exit, static pressure and total temperature, thrust produced by the engine, dynamic pressure at the inlet, fuel flow rate to the engine, and the low pressure spool and the high pressure spool RPMs. These are our primary sensors. The mass flow rate into the engine inlet was derived through calculation from the dynamic pressure measured. This is a sample of the input data stream that we are using. This chart is of the low pressure turbine exit static pressure and total temperature. There is considerable scatter in the measurements, primarily due to human factors. Engine totally underwent test for around 4 months from October to Jan. Each data point in this chart represents one steady state operation of the engine. All this is at max dry rating. an analysis of the data that we have collected from the test bed. This is the core equation of the nonlinear gas path algorithm proposed by YG Lee for the LM2500 gas turbine. This is our experimentally measured vector pressures and temperatures that we have obtained from the test bed. We also have the similar measurements predicted by our simulation model running at the same condition. This is our partial derivative matrix. In this field, it is called influence coefficient matrix. This is the performance degradation that we are trying to estimate. This is our unknown. These delta parameters represent the change of the pressure ratio from factory ideal condition to the current condition of the engine. This is our unknown. And higher order terms we can omit because already this our delta changes are very small, and square and cube of those parameters will be even smaller. And this is the influence coefficient matrix shown in the last slide. This matrix represents the partial derivative of the dependence with respect to the independence. Our independence are the parameters that we are trying to estimate: pressure ratios, efficiencies of various turbo machinery components and the combustor. And our dependence are the measurements that we take from the test bed. These measurements depend on the parameters of the components. And this is the iterative scheme that we use to estimate the change in performance of the engine. Our number of measurements is lower than the number of parameters that we are estimating, so we have to use a modified inverse. And the scheme that makes this non-linear is that the influence coefficient matrix or the partial derivative matrix is re-estimated at each iteration. The partial derivative matrix is itself a function of the parameters that we are estimating, so the scheme is inherently non-linear. So this is a typical convergence plot for one data set. Our initial guesses of the parameters are very good, so we get very fast convergence in the parameters that we are estimating. Typically, almost all the individual data sets converge within 5 iterations. So here we go to the result. These are our estimated component parameters of the turbojet engine. And this slide shows the efficiency variation in low pressure compressor and the main burner. There is a scatter in this estimated components, mainly due to the scatter that went into the model as measurements. And these are our estimates of the turbine efficiencies, low pressure turbine and high pressure turbine. One point worth noting is that this engine is a legacy engine initially bought out from Russia, and we don't have any component performance measurements given by them to us in the overhaul manual or the maintenance manual. So one use of this work is that we have an idea of the component performance of our legacy engines which were initially bought out. And in conclusion, what we have seen from the degradation estimation is that performance parameters of the engine have not shown any marked degradation during the measurement period. This was also observed by the Air Force. And we need to quantify the effect of noise in the input measurements on the parameters that we are estimating. That work is currently undergoing. That work we are currently doing. And we are also confident that the proposed scheme can be used to identify the parameters if the noise is accounted for in a quantifiable sense. And one alternative use of the scheme is that legacy engine parameters which are not available from the design documents or the overhaul manual can be estimated at various out-design conditions and also obviously the design conditions. Further work, we have instrumented the engine with some additional sensors, mainly between low pressure compressor and high pressure compressor and between the two turbines. We are planning to use those measurements also. With more measurements, we will be able to estimate more parameters on the engine. And we are studying the effect of noise. And we are also planning to use the transient simulation data to estimate parameters in the engine that are that can be validated more with transient data than the steady state of design data. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Balaji.